Hi there, it's Jessie here, and a big fat warm welcome to this little tiny channel. Thank you very much for being here. If you're coming back, you know that I love you. As much as I can without knowing you, huh? And if you're completely new and you clicked on my face, congratulations, you've discovered this tiny corner of the internet, and your life will never be the same again. Huh. What are we going to talk about today? What's in the mirror? All I can say is I'm feeling very apprehensive, cautious, maybe a little bit suspicious. No, it's not that. There's something today asking me to just wait and observe. No sudden movements. I always have the urge to do that when I say that to myself. But no sudden movements. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to say. It feels precarious, like what comes next is important, and tread carefully, like I'm on thin ice. Anyone else feeling this? A little bit like, what's going on here? Let's assess the situation. Maybe I'm feeling a bit untrustworthy. Maybe I am suspicious. It's curious. I'm in a position right now where the shoe is on the other foot. Oh, thank you, life. And it's a good one, as in, I'm used to life doing this now. You experience one thing, and then lo and behold, sooner or later, the shoe is on the other foot, and you're on the other side of that scenario. And it's great, isn't it? We get to learn how it feels to be on the other side. It's very expanding. I'm grateful for the experience. I also feel I'm responding in a much kinder way because I've been that other person and I know what it's like. And it's good to know what it feels like to be this person and that I can really manage it. So that's that without giving too many details. You can fill in the blanks with your own stuff. I feel maybe a little flat. I feel patient, if that's any consolation. I am definitely learning patience. And okay, I know what I want to share because this is something that I've seen shift in me and I'm proud of it, actually. Can I be proud of it? I'm happy it's happened. But I think I am. It is a result of the work that I've done. And this is about like how to show up in relationships. And in the past, I used to never speak my needs. Then I learned that I had needs. And my reaction to that is I would always speak my needs. And so if I felt anxious or insecure or uncertain or I needed reassurance, I took it upon myself to share this with my partner and talk it through, just give him everything. And only now do I realize what I was doing. I was seeking reassurance from that person. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I've changed my mind about it. Because in this, in expressing, hey, when you do this, I feel insecure. When you do this, it makes me feel this. What am I asking, actually? Am I asking subtly or hinting that can they stop that behavior so I don't feel uncomfortable? I think I was. I wasn't aware I was doing that. And what I've realized is it's not their job to behave in a way or create an environment where I'm never triggered and I always feel comfortable. So now I'm a person of extremes, and I tend to, when the pendulum swings, I tend to go all the way to the end. And what I need to be careful of now is not holding back everything, because it is important, I believe, to express our needs in a relationship, but with caution, timing, and respect to yourself and the other person. So, as you know, I'm in love. Ha! And I like it a lot. And this man was in the city that I live in for a few days doing a project. And there was like a maybe window of opportunity where he could come in the evening and spend the night here. But it was a maybe. He has a lot of other responsibilities on. And so I had a day of not knowing if I was going to see this man that I love or not. It was kind of at the end of the day of this time. Yeah. So, boy, did I meet my anxious attachment style that day. My anxious attachment tendencies. So I've tended to be quite avoidant in a lot of relationships as a form of protection. And as I've sort of let myself in and open up more, then in comes the anxiety. Oh, there it is. So I had a day full of anxious attachment. And my experience of it was the uncertainty. And this is how anxious attachment is formed. It's inconsistent caregiving while you're a child. Sometimes the love was there, sometimes it wasn't. You never knew. And that inconsistency creates, well, it does something to the nervous system. I'll tell you that for free. Because this day, every time I thought about this man, whether he was coming or not, my heart did a backflip. And by the end of the day, it'd done 50 backflips, and it was tired. It was emotionally taxing for me, this. So of course I have the tendency, which is my tendency, to run away. I'm like, this is unhealthy. This isn't good. I shouldn't be feeling like this. I should be feeling more secure. This relationship is not good for me. I need to get out. But luckily, I've brought awareness to my tendency to run away so I can catch it. Whoa. Okay, we're afraid. So we're trying to feel safe by eject. So I had to look at it. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid he might not come. Why does that scare me so much? I'm not going to die. So why am I so afraid of him not coming? What does that mean? What am I making that mean? That I'm not good enough, that he doesn't love me, that there's no time for me, and there's something deeply flawed within me. That is what I was making it mean. My fear. So we got to go there, right? Where's this come from? Little Jess, what's going on, babe? And I remember there's this one memory that I have. So my mum raised 3 children alone. Hero, single mothers, heroes. It's completely insane what they do. So she was studying an arts degree at the time. First, that was like a huge dream of hers. This was like a big deal for her. She had jobs and she had 3 kids alone to look after. And one way that she managed the time is we would always do after school clubs, me and my sister, or we would go to a friend's or a family member's after school. There was always something to do. So my mum had more time. And when we did the after school clubs, if our mum was picking us up, she was always late. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour. She was always a bit late because she had so much to do. I remember this one specific day. It was pissing with rain. It was cold. It was winter. I wanted to go home. I think I'd had a bad day at school. I really wanted to go home, and I really wanted love. I really wanted to be held. And my mum was about an hour and a half late this day. An hour and a half of me sitting there wanting love, wanting nothing else but to go home and be dry, and I had to wait, and everyone left the school, all the admin staff were leaving. Somebody had to wait behind for me and my sister, waiting for our mum. She eventually comes, and I don't remember much after that, but in my therapy session the other day, this memory was like a plug into a belief that I have. So the way that my child internalized my mum being late was, I'm unlovable. That's how she internalized that. It's not true. And my mum loved me very much. But for whatever reason, that's the only thing I could come up with the reason of why I wasn't getting my needs met in that moment. Oh, bless her. Aren't we so sweet? Anyway, I obviously didn't express that to her. So there was no room to hear her side of the story or repair. Years later, I talk about this with my mum, and she said there was an emergency. She wasn't an hour and a half late for no reason. There was an emergency somewhere, something happened. She got there as soon as she could. But I didn't know that. So I formed a belief that day. Maybe it was from before, maybe it was an accumulation, who knows? But this memory was like the plug in to this belief. And so I'm talking it through with my facilitator, and we go to the emotion, and I really, really let myself feel I am unlovable. I swim in this belief because it accesses the emotion of what I was feeling at that time. Utter despair and abandonment. Not even a big deal, as adults we can look back at it, but it's different when you're growing up in the world. So I go there, I feel the emotion, and my facilitator's prompting me, like, what? So what's she afraid of with this man? So every time my heart did a backflip, it was this fear of, they're not going to come. They're never going to come. And so what I'm afraid of is that they never come, and I have this feeling again. But I'm an adult now. And back then I was a child. I had nowhere else to go. I couldn't drive. I couldn't leave. I had to wait. I was dependent on my mum to take me home. Now I'm an adult. If somebody shows up or doesn't show up, I can do whatever I want with that. So this is an important thing to note, right? For me to say to my child inside of me, because this fear exists, this belief, this fear is operating inside of me, but I had to have this conversation, this dialogue with her, like, babe, this fear isn't relevant now. It's not like if nobody shows up, it's okay. We can take ourselves home. Like, we got this. And so I was having this dialogue and soothing her and sort of letting her let go of this belief a little bit. Let go of this fear. Hey, if this happens to us again, we're in control now. And interestingly, I didn't know how to educate her on what she had done. Interestingly. So all I had was like, the belief that you've formed, the way you've internalized this event is silly. I couldn't, as my adult, understand how someone would do that. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why would you make it mean that? And I shared this with my facilitator, like, I don't know how to educate her through this. Like, I actually don't know what to say. And she, a mother, so loving and caring, was like, you just tell her, Jessie, that misunderstandings happen. And it's okay. And I'm like, oh, right, that makes sense. I go to my child, misunderstandings happen. You just misunderstood the situation. It's a misunderstanding. It's not a truth. But I didn't know how to do that. Isn't it interesting? Because I wasn't educated that when I was growing up. I didn't have that. And for how bloody smart I think I am, and emotionally intelligent, there are still areas that I'm like, that's silly. That's ridiculous. And it's not. No, little 11-year-old Jess, bless her. She don't want to be at school 3 hours after it's finished in the rain and it's dark. because I come from England where it gets dark so early. Unless you're from a country where it gets darker even earlier, in which case I'm terribly sorry. The summers are good though, aren't they? The summers are good. So I got this new thing. The way I'm showing up in relationships is if a fear or insecurity arises in me, I don't need to go tell that other person and get them to soothe me and reassure me. That's what my inner child was always doing. And, they did it and it did feel really good. But I'm an adult now, everyone. Ta-da! I'm an adult now, so I can take responsibility of my emotions. I can take responsibility of my insecurities and my fears. And the important piece is I can still express my needs to somebody and not expect them to meet them. I can express them. They either meet them willingly or they don't. At least I can navigate my world as an adult. It's so nice to be an adult. So nice. And I'm sure there is a lot more I have to learn. Now I'm an adult. I'm like recently an adult. I feel like I've recently become an adult. And now I'm like, okay. There's a lot I probably don't know about being an adult. So we'll learn step by step. But it does feel nice to mature and be whole. Whole. Feels really good. Is there anything else today? A little bit more calm and subdued because it's not Sunday, it's Saturday. All right, forget it. My Saturdays feel like Sundays these days. Okay, guys, I think I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Please, if you like the video, like it. That helps me. Leave a comment down below what you think, what you feel. And if you're completely new and you like this for whatever reason, hit subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Otherwise, have a beautiful day and a beautiful life. We got this.